Hi everybody, and welcome back to Around the Rock Sports. I'm Aaron Mary.
I'm Anthony Clifford.
And I'm Austin Agosti. Today we're going to show you guys exclusive interviews with women's basketball head coach Bobby McGraw and with men's basketball senior forward Vinny Lastly. We're also going to discuss the start of the women's softball season, as well as give you guys some info on upcoming indoor track events. So let's get started.
Taking a look at the women's basketball team, the Rock Ladies returned home on Wednesday, February 13th to face Mercyhurst University after a tough loss on the road against Seton Hill University. Guards Brooke Hinderleiter and Deja Quick were both responsible for 23 points as they defeated Mercyhurst 90-63. There was a strong supporting cast from the bench as Madison Johnson recorded 15 points and 8 rebounds, while Sierra Patterson followed behind with 14 points of her own and a season high of 5 assists. Defense turned to efficient offense seemed to be the key focus as the Rock held Mercyhurst just to 9 points in the second quarter. In collaboration with the Rocket, we had a chance to talk to head coach Bobby McGraw after the Rock came up short to Edinburgh at home Wednesday evening.
What do you think of the team's ability to hit three-pointers consistently?
It goes down because she's our top perimeter threat, hands down. But we have enough when she's not on the floor to score in a variety of ways. So when she's not out there, we can still score. It just diminishes our perimeter threat because she's hands down our biggest threat out there. She's having a great day for Monty Arc. She's 3 of 7.
When Edinburgh was hitting the shots like they had today from three-point and from anywhere on the court, how do you coach to counteract that from them?
Well, I'll tell you what, the threes that we gave up in the first half shouldn't have happened. Jonte Walton is one of the best guards in this league, period. She's one of the best guards that's ever played in this league with the numbers she puts up. She can get the rim. She can shoot threes. We didn't make it. We need to make it more difficult on her in the first half, and we didn't. We did a great job in the second half. She had 6 3-pointers at halftime. She finished 6 of 12. She was 6 of 9 first half. But we talked earlier, that's not a team you can play one half. It's a dead heat in the second half. We tied them in the second half, but you go down, you're down whatever at halftime. It's a tough team to come back against. They're very well coached, and you got some great players.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of them, as a tough team to play against, they could be your first-round matchup in the PSAT tournament. How confident are you playing them again in a few weeks?
Well, I'll tell you what we just discussed, when their best player, not their best player, Jonte and Michaela Barnes, who's a phenomenal player as well, they're real close in their average. Walton only scores 5 points in the second half. When we talked at halftime, she was the difference in this game. She had 20 at halftime, and we had such a deficit to overcome in the second half. Like I said, it's a tie ball game. We scored 22 and 19 in the third and fourth quarter. They scored 22 and 19, but we went into halftime. We had that deficit, and we just never got over that hump to bring this thing all the way back.
Yeah. What changed in the first half, the second half?
Better effort. I mean, literally, there was nothing schematically we did differently. We were switching 1 through 4 times. We were just switching in the guards at times. The effort overall was better defensively in the second half. I couldn't be more proud of the job we did on the glass. I mean, we beat Edinburgh by 13 on the glass. It's one of the best rebounding teams in the conference. There's a bunch of good takeaways from this game, just not the final score.
Yeah, I know I bring up Sierra a lot, but when she's on the court, she plays her whole heart on the line.
Absolutely.
She's a fantastic player. Do you wish more of the team would like that in terms of her drive and competition?
Absolutely. We've had this discussion before. Sierra Patterson takes getting beat on defense personal. She takes missing shots personal. I like coaching players who take things personal and play with a sense of urgency, and she's done that, and she knows her career's starting to wind down here. I would definitely take players who play with emotion and play with their heart on their sleeve and take things personal than people who might not care as much. I'm not saying they don't care, just not as much. And that's probably because that's my personality as well. So it's like 2 peas in a pod type of thing.
The women are at 400, 8-11 in conference play, and they look to turn it around at Pitt Johnstown this Saturday at 1 p.m. in hopes of getting their first victory this season against the Mountain Cats.
The men's basketball team is currently on a 4-game win streak after defeating the likes of Seton Hill, Mercyhurst, Clarion, and Edinburgh. The Rock has won 3 out of its last 4 games by less than 5 points. They beat Seton Hill by 4, Clarion by 1, and Edinburgh by 2. Now, we were able to catch up with SRU forward Vinny Lastly. Let's take a look.
Last season, you went down with an injury, obviously, and you were redshirted last year because of that. Now you're back. So just after going down with an injury last season, what effect did that have on you? Did it make you just gain a new appreciation for the game, just being out there and playing?
Yeah, it made me appreciate the game a lot, and it made me a lot hungrier. So I had to, work extra hard to get back to where I am now.
For sure. How was that rehab process? How did you get back to 100%? to be able to play this season?
It was tough. I mean, any injury you can come back from is hard. And having knee surgery, there's a lot because knees, are a lot.
Yeah, they can be tough.
Basketball, but yeah, it was tough. It took longer than I thought it was going to take. I got through it.
Heading into your final season at the Rock, what was your mindset heading in? Obviously you came off the injury. What were your goals for this season?
Well, the overall goal for the team was to make the national championship and go as far as we can there. But personal goals for me was just to be the best player I can be, to help my team and do whatever I can so that we can get the wins that we need to make it our overall team goal.
All right, guys, so something I want to talk about here is about the team getting hot at the right time. I know most college basketball teams, or any team for that matter, towards the end of the season, you always want to start getting hot to make that playoff push. And in the men's basketball team's case, it's all about getting to that tournament.
Right.
Yeah. No, I agree, and I think with everything that they've gone through this season, Till's injury, coaching change, I mean, they're doing that.
They didn't let that stop them.
They didn't let,
It's all about that next man up.
They know what their main focus was,
Yeah.
Honestly, and then again, having a big man like Vinny Lastly, who has, as you can see from footage we have, is a playmaker and can get boards for you, set picks, do anything a big man should.
Points, blocks.
But he does it He does it on a consistent basis.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because of his injury and everything last season. Him coming back and being such an important role for the team already.
Right.
It just helped them to be where they are right now.
Yeah.
And especially with what I've mentioned, the injury and everything. So yeah.
Absolutely.
It also showed that he was determined to come back and get back to where he was. And it's clearly shown.
Yeah, honestly, and that's a testament to him to get back, because it's not easy to come back from injury.
It's not.
And again, one more thing I just want to touch up on briefly is winning games. It doesn't matter how many you win them by, as long as you do it. And it seems that Slippery Rock has been able to do it in crunch time when it counts the most.
I mean, they're winning a lot of home games. I think that
they only lost one this season.
One. Yeah. So I mean, winning a lot of home games, and like you said, I mean, it could be by 1 point, it could be by 100.
A win's a win.
A win's a win, and this is when it matters. They're playing conference play, and it really matters for them. So.
It does. So the men look to continue their winning streak at Pitt Johnstown tomorrow at 3 p.m.
Alrighty, guys. So let's move on to women's softball. Last season, they ended with an overall record of 17-24, which was their best season in over the past 5 years. They lost 6 seniors, however, but this season they gained 6 freshmen, who are going to be mostly utility players, but they also gained a catcher and a pitcher. So let's talk a little bit about sophomore pitcher Kami Shoemaker.
Let's talk about it.
I mean, yeah, you guys witnessed it firsthand. The fire that she was throwing, the heat that she had. I mean, and this was during practice.
Practice. So just imagine in game.
Yeah.
Also, when things are actually on the line, I'd be scared if I was a girl.
I think there's another notch up to that speed.
Exactly. It takes her another gear once she gets to game time.
Yeah.
Kind of felt bad for the catcher though. So
honestly,
that heat going into the glove.
Yeah.
It's just a loud pop.
Yeah. I mean, I've played baseball and everything, and I mean, I know what that catcher's mitt feels like, but that softball is so much bigger.
Yeah, it's a bigger ball. Yeah.
That's definitely
and to be able to throw it that fast.
Yeah.
Honestly, she wasn't even throwing just fastballs. She was throwing curveballs, switch up. It was ridiculous.
That is an interesting thing. You said a softball. It's not like a regular baseball.
No, I mean, these women have some power behind them.
Yes, they do.
I mean, she's only a sophomore, so we only have a couple more years to get to witness. So yeah. So the team now still only has 4 seniors, but one of them is infielder and lefty slapper Megan Brown. We had the chance to talk to her this week about the beginning of her last season.
So do you have any pregame rituals or anything you do before every at-bat?
Honestly, I step up to the plate, and I do have the same thing I do every single time, kind of just swing the bat twice, and then I get up into my position. Other than that, nothing too extravagant. Or every single time I do something different. But.
Right. And what's your mindset going into your senior year? Do you have any goals for your season?
Mindset senior year, honestly, just to do whatever I can to help the team out. Every year I kind of have that mindset of having that 300 batting average. If I can do that, then I'm obviously helping myself and the team in a tremendous way. I'm going for that stolen base record.
Right.
I already have, I think, 5 on the season. Other than that, just do whatever I can to get us wins and
Right.
get us to the championship.
Right. And lastly, how do you feel about going on your last spring break trip with the team?
A little emotional. I've been playing for 4 years, and I've built great relationships with a lot of girls on the team, and just looking forward to going down in some sun, playing some ball, and coming home with hopefully an over 500 record and just enjoying it.
We also heard from head coach Rice on their expectations for the rest of this season. Let's check that out.
To win, have a winning season, you always want to be better than you were the previous year. So, I mean, the expectation is to be better. But without playing any games and not really having anything to go off of, it is hard to make an assessment. We've been inside. Our games played outside. There's a lot of factors that we're unable to assess this early in the season. But that's expected. It's like that every year. But we have a lot of returners, but we also lost a lot of seniors and leadership in that regard too. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, the jury's still out. So yeah.
All right, guys. So let's talk a little bit. I mean, I really think with what we've seen from Brown and the coach, I just really think that we're moving forward into a great softball season.
Yeah, like the package we made, if that practice was any indicator whatsoever that they're going to improve, it would there's no way they would not, because they have, again, young people on their team and young competitors who are ready to compete at a high level.
Right.
Like, they don't act like freshmen, sophomores.
They
like
don't.
that sophomore Kami Shoemaker that we were talking about earlier. Way above.
You would have thought she was a senior. You would have thought she was a senior.
Well, yeah, that's the kind of that alone kind of gives me the mentality that they're gonna finish really good on top of the PSAC and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I agree.
Alrighty, guys. So let's move on to indoor track, and this weekend the PSAC championships are happening. So nearly 70 members of the men's and women's indoor track team will be heading to Edinburgh University for the PSAC championship. The 2-day event will have all the top PSAC athletes performing. Also, more great news, JJ Oleo, and senior shot put and weight thrower, and Caitlin Bosniak, freshman high and long jumper, won Rock Athletes of the Week. So let's just highlight on that first.
I seen a familiar name on there.
Yeah, I mean, with JJ, JJ is just incredible. I mean, he's entering his final lap of indoor, even though he's a thrower, but he's coming close to the end with everything, and I mean, he's just getting closer and closer to that national and career mark.
Keeps going.
Yeah, and it's cool about this story, and it's unique. It seems like it's come full circle because JJ, like you said, is ending his indoor career, but Caitlin, on the other hand, is literally just starting.
Yeah, she's just getting starting. I mean, you see, she's a freshman. Yeah.
Freshman.
And with her performance last week, we had JJ and Courtney and Maddie all hit national marks for their for shot put, and then for the women for pole vaulting.
Yeah.
But Caitlin was .02 off of hitting a national mark as a freshman. As a freshman. So like, I'm talking like this tournament takes place not in this state. Like, you travel. This is NCAA.
Right.
And I mean, look at how close that she is alone. And I mean, she still has this weekend. So does JJ. I just think that it's just crazy what these women and men have done this season.
I just have to say that. She's a freshman.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
I don't know. That to me is just one of the things that is hanging like really high for her.
Right.
And then to bring 70 members from Mississippi Rock, that's impressive to bring 70.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be multiple buses.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of gas.
They're gonna need some buses, and that's not even counting coaches and stuff. And I mean, they're all looking forward to this great opportunity. I know that they've performed multiple times at Edinburgh this season, and they like going and performing there. They've had a lot of success there so far. But this is the top of the top. They're going to be playing against the top athletes, and this is it. I mean, Maddie and Courtney have only been the only two that have secured their spot to go to nationals next weekend. But JJ is right there, and I mean, who knows? Caitlin's right there too.
Exactly. You know? I mean, I'll be looking forward to seeing the results of this and seeing how everything turns out.
Yeah, me too. So good luck to them, and
Well, that's all we have for you guys this week. Be sure to tune in next time on Around the Rock Sports.